close. Okay. Participate. Oh my god. YouTube. I don't know. It feels weird streaming on YouTube. But I might as well try it anyways. Here, just put this on in the background. Let's go here. It should still be muted. Oh my god. Okay. We managed to move that all over. Okay, that's good. Of course, uh, YouTube doesn't want me to. YouTube, please, just let me. Hey, hey, okay. Current viewer of one.
大川内山のシンボルとも言える橋です。この、欄干にはですね、鍋島焼きの
Let's see, is this gonna be good? Hey, Bionics, hello. I'll put this on the background. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Should I turn off closed captioning? Alright, we're going on a train trip here. Just a little one. Don't mind me. We're... So, how you doing, Bio? Are you doing well? Big stretch. Okay, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. Yeah. Luxury sleeper train. God, I could go for like the sleeper train. I am. Randomly seen and recommended. Welcome. The Starlight Gaming to a random place. A very random place. God, this has to be like a weird thing to get in your recommended. I'm sorry. Like, what do you even do here? Like, we're gonna be looking at a silly video in the background of a luxury sleeper train while I rant and be strange, I suppose. I really haven't, like, I still haven't recovered from my trip fully. Thank you. Look, I bounce between, like, absolute gremlin and, like, mommy voice constantly. So no avatar is going to fit me, like, 100%. So I might as well be, like, adorable. You know, you know, well, tongue, tongue. Oh yeah, that's my, that's that setting. Where was that? Oh, my Alt key has randomly stopped working. Time to use my second keyboard like a sane person. Like an incredibly sane person. Blushy. I have the most jank-ass setup, I swear. Okay, so to describe my setup, right, I had to get, like, a laptop, a second laptop to go with me places. Oh, damn, if you don't mind me asking, where to? If you don't want to get into specifics, just like, I don't know, what, describe the weather, I suppose. We, actually, no, describe everything, including, like, the address to the hotel you stayed in, and, like, give me your IP address, and then, like, give me your bank account details, and then, like, your social security number, and then, like, your first and last name, legal, plus middle initial. Very important stuff. Wisconsin. 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 What, wait. Oh, wait, what? Wakonko. Hmm. Wakonkin. John Wisconsin. John Wickson. I don't know what I'm saying. Whoopsie. Whoopsie doodle. Oopsie. Oopsie ma. I saw that. Whoever joined, I'm sorry. There's more to come. And none of us got. We're not here for a good time. We're here for a long time. I don't know. I feel like being here for a good time just feels like really that sets expectations. There's expectations of having good time, when a lot of the time it's bad time. You know? Instead, let's just have train time. Look how comfy this bedroom is. Holy shit. Can I just take that, like, car? Like the actual passenger train car? Can I take that and just put it somewhere and then sleep on it? Can I steal the person that, like, runs room service or whatever on this train? I assume there would be one. Maybe it's not like a flight service. Yeah, steal the conductor. Exactly! We steal the conductor. And then boom, we can conduct things together. like a suicide. Wait, I can't say that. I did not say all that word. Like a no existence squad. I think I'm okay on YouTube. I won't get the. Please, YouTube, don't put the hotline number under this video. Man, yeah, let's steal Moon. Let's steal Moon. Yeah. Must have been the one. Yeah. It's always the wind. Let's steal the Mooney. Let's go to like Jal Garro's like Anna and steal Mooney. Actually, you know what? I kind of want Mooney. There we go. Look at this monster. Look at this monstrosity. I love Mooney. It's such a dumb character. Voiced by... Wait. No, it's the sad half of Anna that's voiced by Pomni. Who voiced Mooney? I have to look that up. Air up the video again. Oh, it was Lizzie Freeman. Cool. A character named Muna. We will steal your OC. We're stealing your OC. And we're putting that in an AO3 fanfic. Good luck. Good luck, chatter. Yeah, give me a moment. Okay. I'll just have to, like, change my sensitivity. So you don't hear background noise. Sensitivity all the way down. Oh, it's not even done? Nope, too bad. AO3 with your OC. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little one. You're going to a worse place. I'm making your OC into a Tumblr OC. We're going to go from there. Good luck. Good luck. Little guy. Huh. Who dares? Who dares pay me? Oh, yeah. I got... What the heck? I got pinged for the waifu... Some waifu bot in the server? Oh, okay. It was a role ping. What the hell? My art style is somewhere on the anime spectrum. Also, please, there we go. Okay, we're good now. It's a little embarrassing. No one paid attention to Whatever the heck that was. I am a professional streamer. I'm very good at my job. Clearly. Oh fuck. Ow. Okay. Stretch my hips. Like stretch my everything. Holy crap, that was amazing. Holy shit. You know, I hate saying cross-legged because it always messes up my hips. But I have no other option if I want to like sit here and stream. It's an unfortunate reality of like it happens to the best of us, I suppose. I suppose. Also, look at that fucking fan. That's just an entire fish head. They didn't even bother beheading that fish. That's how good the food is. Do you guys behead your fish?
이동할 예정입니다. 김병종 미술관은 전라북도 남원시 춘향 테마파크 내에 위치한 남원시
I wish I understood
전통
Korean.
미술관이라고 하는데요.
I wish I was 8 feet tall. I could dunk. So I could play with LeBron James on the 76ers now. Man, I can't even say the Lakers need me. That's so... Holy shit. The soul puppety in my body just left it. LeBron needs me in the 76ers. Don't worry, guys. I can put up 30 points a game with my weak noodle arms and my sub 6 foot stature. You piece. Why are you smiling? We don't smile around here. Maximum inquisitive. I really can rotate my eyebrows like that. That's crazy. Okay, back to pump. Pump. Instant well-being. They occasionally sticks out their tongue. Their tongue.
祭祀を待って
Holy shit.
ずーっと
Infrastructure.
続いてものが今の祭りでございます。
That's beautiful looking. Damn.
葛藤というそんな大変な時期を葛藤という
Okay, that-
意を
that-
意味を込め
you know
ら
what,
れた
that's-
そこにあったという物語
That's cute in an ugly way.
そんな話がもう事実かははっきりわからないんですけど
Okay. Can you move my eyeballs like that?
こんな場所が月
It kind of looks like me.
象徴して
It kind of looks like me. Ew. 15th century. That's like... don't you... There. Say it's unnerving. That's fine. So, you know what? I'm going to... Actually, why do we say unnerving?
4月7日
Why do we say unnerving? It's not like I can pull out your nervous system. Like, I'm going to unnerve you and just yank out your nervous system. Yeah. Good luck feeling now. You can't feel unnerved. Because you've been unnerved. That makes a lot of contradictions. Huh. That's kind of cute. Oh, fuck off, fly.
なんとかはじめよろ100年解約をする私の愛が永遠する
민주당 정청래의 표현을 현장
김병정.
오늘은 경남
김병.
지도에서 1박 2일
김병정.
확보하고 있습니다. 주민이 간담회와 양식장 방문 예정이 잡혀 있고 내일은
foreign names, so hard to pronounce. Sanxianman. I'm probably absolutely butchering that. Absolutely destroying it. All those years of culture. For me, I just like Sanxianman. Like a Neanderthal. Just absolutely fucking up. Holy shit, that is very green. Look on the hills. Holy fuck. Stop. Oh. Not fake Stone Age or real Stone Age, or this real or this fake, or I don't know the history of this thing. Oh. Oh yeah. This is supposed to be like a World Heritage kind of deal. So that was, so it's a mock of the Stonehenges. The Stonehenge. Also, that's a very cute giraffe mock-up. Oh my god, the fucking windmill. Very butch. A mini car. Oh my god. So small. So small. I'm rewinding. Screw you all. And you say again. Look at it go. Look at it go. Worth it. 100% worth it. Yeah, it's so small. How can humans fit in that? It's so small. Cactus. Cactus. Look at that cactus. Holy shit. Are you a cactus? Am I a cactus? I think we're all a cactus at heart. Mystery food. Very I don't know half this shit. But fish. You know what? Fish is always good, except if it's a sunfish. And we don't eat those. Those things live in apathy. Eat eel. Oh, that's eel. Huh. Can I interest you in some eel, Governor? Can you believe it? Some people jelly the eel. They make eel jelly. Jellied eel. Oh god, I got recommended to myself. Like, look at this. I love how the thumbnail is just me sticking my tongue out. Very. Wait, play the video. Mm.
So these are jellied eels. Eels in jelly.
Jellied eels.
And these are eels with no jelly. Like loads of eels. Drawers of eels. Hold on to your seats. This might get a bit weird.
Jellied eels.
We got this giant jiggly bowl of jellied eels from this guy.
My name is John Chilvers. I work for Mix Eel Supply in Billingsgate Fish Market. We supply
This is
live eels to the
proof.
catering trade, public.
We
I've been
cannot
selling
trust the
eels for
British.
33 years since I left school. Right, we've got some lovely eels here. These are all farmed in Holland, but they're like the Rolls
Evil.
Royce of the jellied eels.
This is the evilest man
They're
alive.
very, very slippery, like some of our customers.
Back in the 18th
He's just
century,
grabbing onto
London's
eels.
River Thames was crawling with these eels. Nowadays, John is one of the last few eel suppliers in London. So John, why were they so popular?
Yeah, you need to speak to one of the older fishmongers for that.
Oh, okay then.
What?
I'm 72 years old and I eat eels every day.
Perfect. So Frank of Bradley's Fish Supply, what made them so popular back
I'm
then?
72 years
So
old.
those days, it was
I
no
eat eels
brainer.
every
Everybody
single
ate jellied
day.
eels. It was an easy sauce to get. Very
How did
simple.
you?
Put a hook
How
out
did you
and they
reach
catch
that
themselves.
age?
Eels are really edible, and they were full
How?
of goodness. The people didn't realise it then, but they were. They were eating a real good product. And we didn't have Indian, Chinese, takeaway, kebabs, everything else. So it was a source of food.
So how do you make them?
Quite easy to prepare. You head off, guts out, chop them in pieces, then we cook them. The process of cooking is more of an art. You need them to be very soft. But if you go past being soft, all you've got is mash.
Thanks, Frank. So, pie shop owner Kane, what do they go well with?
Jellied eels and stewed eels are very traditional with pie mash and liquor in the East End of London. So
I mash with liquor and
you know,
eels.
it's not for everybody. The
So
world's changing
British.
a little bit. You do either like them or hate them. Probably in the old days, we would go through.
I've had eel before.
Maybe 50 or 60 bowls of eels
It's
a week. Probably now
a
we might do
surprisingly
10 or
delicate
12.
flavour.
So if you think about food around the world, you think
However,
about Paris and their baguettes.
I would not
New York,
jelly
you
it.
think about the pizzas, the New York cheesecakes. That's what they're synonymous for. London, the traditional food in London is pie mash and eels. That is
Pie
a
mash and
staple
eels.
diet.
And the taste?
It's like eating basically a chunky white fish.
It must be love.
Oh,
It must be love.
please. That texture physically hurts me. Oh my god. You know what, sure. Let's learn about weird food.
Americans love their weird foods. If they didn't, Burger King wouldn't have attempted to sell us a bacon sundae in 2012.
Bacon sundae.
Gross. But some of these weird meals are extremely local, specific to the areas they were
Bacon
invented in. So, like a sane person,
sundae.
I traveled across the country to try some of the strangest meals in America to answer one simple question, folks. What is the weirdest meal that I could eat? Starting in Rochester, New York. The city of lights, the city of dreams.
God.
This is where I braved the pouring rain and headed for the first stop on
Overheating.
our journey, Nick Tahu Hots, where we'd be
Let's
testing testing out the famous dish,
Ooh,
the
family
garbage
stuff.
plate. And I say we because for this stop, I'd be joined by a friend. Grace Ryder, TikTok extraordinaire, comedian, and also Katniss Everdeen.
The games, the Hunger Games, garbage plate. I'm under the impression a garbage plate is literally just like restaurants used to have all their extra shit and then they would just like literally throw it out and then that's how the garbage plate became a thing.
Yeah, they were just like, give us all the garbage.
They were like, give us all the leftovers.
Give us all the crap that you don't want.
In reality, a garbage plate is a bed of macaroni salad along with some home fries. Then it's topped with 2 cheeseburgers, some mustard, and a specialty secret recipe meat sauce. Basically, it's a big old load of slop. And Nick Tahu-Hats, that's where the original was born.
So like I actually kind of really fuck with like slop and like I love tuna. So like I like stinky gross food. Like I'm down.
That's slop, but
We're
that's
headed
not.
there, we're gonna get a little sloppy.
Sloppy.
Toppy.
Sloppy.
So we headed on in Nick
outside.
Tahu-Hats to get my first weird meal of this trip.
Can we get 2 garbage plates?
The realm of
Bacon on fries and
possibility,
everything?
right?
The classic way.
Classic. Okay, the classic one?
Yeah.
That's it.
And while we're ordering our food, this would be a good time to explain the 2 rules I've given myself for this video. No matter what, even if I don't like the meal I'm trying, I have to take at least 3 bites out of it. 2, if they sell a t-shirt, I will be purchasing that t-shirt. Why this rule? I don't know. I just like a souvenir. Even if the only t-shirt available is a
too would
triple
buy a
XL.
souvenir.
T-shirt acquired.
Thank you.
The first thing we noticed about this restaurant was surprisingly how empty it was.
It is like shockingly empty in here.
I was expecting like they're throwing garbage plates. They got like 6 guys.
But without further ado, the garbage plate. Upon
The
inspecting my
garbage plate.
garbage plate, what stood out to me the most was the slathering of mustard on the hamburger. This thing was possibly the sloppiest looking meal I've ever seen.
If somebody gave this to me, I would be like,
This is
you just get hands.
just give me a garbage plate.
It also came with a beautiful side of bread.
Just rob them.
That's for the slop.
Oh, that's the slop of it.
That's the slop
that's
of it
too
all.
slop at all.
Grace and I spent some time both trying to figure out how to attack this meal. I chose to mix everything up to create the ideal homogeneous slop. And now it was time for the first
my
bite.
God.
What I'll say about the flavor, even not being the hugest fan of mustard, once you had it all mixed up, it made sense in my mouth. You've got the creaminess from the macaroni salad, the grease from the meat sauce, the tart from the mustard. It all comes together in a peculiar harmony. That is to say, it was pretty good. We then started observing other strategies to consume the garbage plate.
Yeah, do it like it's like Italy or something.
Yes.
Italian.
it like this. Garbage plate on toast.
Open these garbage plates.
I'm kind of literally cooking right now.
Yeah, wait a second.
So we finished up our garbage plates, and it was time to give it a ranking on the weirdness scale.
The weirdness level, how do we rate the weirdness on that?
I was giving it a 4, but actually my heart's telling me 3.
Yeah, I'd say it was probably 3 on the weirdness scale. But that's
It's
okay,
pretty,
because the next spot might be a little bit
That's
weirder.
just
See you later,
slightly.
Grace.
I'm
It's
hoping
not
over the
even
course of this
like.
journey that I
It's
can
more
get
like
something
a
to
2.
get close to the illustrious
It's a 2.
10 out of 10 on the weird scale. My next stop is in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I certainly
really
could
isn't
just
weird.
fly there. For some reason, it feels like
You
less
just pop
effort
on your
to
shell on the
just
plate.
drive.
So I hit the road,
You did,
starting
like,
my journey to our next weird
especially
food,
put,
driving
like,
214 miles to my
like, it's
first hotel just
leftovers.
outside of
It's
Cleveland,
like
Ohio,
stuff
where I'd
you
be
would-
getting some
throw
well-deserved
together.
garbage plate
That's not-
digesting sleep.
It's not weird.
I'm so ready to go to bed. This is probably my worst video idea. Yeah, no, this is probably my worst video idea.
Welcome to Ohio.
Ohio.
Now that we're here in Ohio, I suppose I'll fill you in on what we're eating today. I've known about this food for years, and this is practically the reason why I did this video, was because
Okay.
I wanted an excuse to go to Ohio to try the real thing. This is a food that I lovingly
You're going
refer
to
to as
Ohio.
Cincinnati dog slop. It's Skyline Chili.
Skyline chili is
Skyline
an iconic
chili.
Cincinnati staple. To put it simply, you start out with a bed of beautiful spaghetti. You top this with
Okay.
Skyline's secret recipe chili, and you finish it off by piling on an almost comedic, decadent mountain of cheese.
And if you're from Ohio, this might seem like a totally normal food. This might just seem like cereal to you. And to that I say,
what
what the
already?
hell? I think we're gonna maybe get up to 6 on the freak scale. I've renamed it. It's the freak scale.
So I got ready to roll. I started hyping myself up. I guess I'm gonna
Already?
be fighting the Skyline
Already
chili
what?
here. I don't know what I'm doing. I packed up and headed out the door. And oh boy, did I have excitement in my heart, let me tell you. Because today, it was
Time to head to Skyline Chili, baby.
Skyline chili. Skyline chili.
So I began my journey of 281
Oh, yeah,
miles
going
to
to Ohio.
Cincinnati,
Yeah,
Ohio.
yeah.
It was nice to
Rory
be
and
back on the
Ohio.
road again, journeying to experiences weird and unknown. And in preparation for my journey to Skyline Chili, I decided to hit up my best friend Tucker's wife, Emma, who spent much of her childhood growing up in Cincinnati, and as a result was a Skyline Chili expert.
You're gonna get good spaghetti, you're gonna get really good fluffy cheese. You can get a cheese coney. You need to
That
get a
cheese coney.
What is a coney?
So a coney is a hot dog with skyline on top.
Oh, like a chili dog?
Yes, it's like a chili dog, but with skyline. For skyline, you can get a
Huh.
3-way, a 4-way, or a 5-way.
Oh, okay. What's like the local thing to do?
I get a 4 with onions because I don't really like the beans on it.
I might do the one with the onions then.
And they have oyster crackers too that you get first.
Am I supposed to put the oyster crackers on it? Like it's like a cup of clam chowder?
After you eat, there's gonna be like a lot of like chili and juices on your plate, and you can kind of use the crackers to soak it up, and that's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, it's good you called because you would have
What
gone
is
in
this
blind.
like?
Yeah, enjoy Skyline.
I will. So I completed my drive to the beautiful city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And upon parking, I was hit with all of the Skyline branding, and I will say, they did have a mascot
What's
in the
this
parking
like?
lot, and knowing me, that's a good
Crackhead
sign.
like?
Especially at the home of the infamous Cincinnati Dog Slop. The moment I sat
Wait, what?
down, I was overwhelmed
There we go.
with the feeling of local hype that surrounded this restaurant. It was clear
Holy
that this was a
shit.
critical part of a Cincinnatian's diet. There were people young and old in here engaging in what seemed to be, at minimum, a weekly ritual. These people, they were like aliens to me, but I wanted to understand them. The menu had a lot of things available on it, but I was only focused on one spot, obviously the cheese conies and Skyline chili. Almost instantly, I was greeted by a very
Skyline
lovely
chili.
server who walked me through this confusing world I knew so little about.
Johnny, Skyline, Coney Dog.
Ooh, okay.
Those hot dogs, that's how big the cheese conies are.
Gotcha. I ordered one cheese coney and a Skyline chili with onions. And thank God I was given the insider information because I was already impressing the locals.
Good order.
That was a good order? Okay. They clearly had their system down to a science because my order showed up in quite literally a minute and 30 seconds. Oh, wow.
Emojis.
Oh my God, that was
That's so
so fast.
American.
So I started off with the coney.
Cheese coney.
This was, as expected, the less weird food of the two. I think a chili dog is a pretty established food item, and in this case, the amount of cheese seemed far more appropriate. But it was also phenomenal, and I could certainly see myself housing about, oh, I don't know, 17 of them? Pretty good. So I cleared my palate to move on to the main event, which was the Skyline chili.
The cream de la crop. I'm a little nervous.
This was an intimidating meal because I'd already heard a lot of lore behind this dish, but I couldn't wait any longer. It was time for my first bite. And I must inform all of you watching at home, it was good. Almost more so than the garbage plate, the three factors of the Skyline chili seemed to complement each other in a very strange way. It was like an entirely different species of slop that I was engaging with. I knew the food I was eating was weird, but I couldn't stop.
My first impression, I kind of get it. I'm understanding what's going on here.
Something about Skyline chili you should know is that the chili doesn't really taste like regular meaty chili that you'd have with some sour cream or chives or whatever. It had more of a spice to it with cinnamon and cloves that ended up working with the cheese and spaghetti in a great way. It became clear how absolutely critical the cheese was to this entire equation. Because Skyline chili was also soupier than a regular chili, so the cheese acts like a glue that holds every bite together. To be honest, it felt like Midwestern black magic. Overall, I was very impressed with just the essence of community that I felt when I stepped into this restaurant. Despite how weird the food was, you could tell that this was so many people's
God, I
childhood,
just
and you could tell that
sacrificed
people had
an
pride for this
Ohioan
chili. So I paid for my food,
to our
acquired another
deep,
t-shirt,
dark
and that was
god
another
of
weird
the-
food down the hatch.
All right, Skyline
The
chili,
closed
then.
down factory.
Weirdness, I'd probably put it at maybe a 6 on the
I will
weird
summon
scale. One thing I will say about Skyline chili, tasty.
a greater
That was tasty. 8.5
demon
out
of
of 10 on the
Ohio.
taste scale.
So I headed back to my hotel to rest for a little bit, but I actually needed to head back into the city that night because while I was at Skyline, I learned another little piece of insider information.
Grater's ice cream?
It's homemade ice cream.
Is there chili on that too?
Well, they actually do make Grater's Skyline ice cream.
Oh, really? That's right. Just down the street, there was an ice cream establishment that was selling a Skyline chili flavored ice cream. And I knew I needed to try it.
Because I have to follow the whimsy. I'm gonna go get the ice cream.
Could I get it in a cone? Can I get it in a waffle cone? Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Tasting this ice cream was really interesting because I had got it in my head that I was going to be tasting a meat and cheese flavored dessert, when in actuality it was a pretty delicious cinnamon flavored creamy treat. But despite the cinnamon flavor, there were other surprises in store for me.
Oh, that's an oyster cracker. There's an oyster cracker in my ice cream. There's a lot of oyster crackers in this ice cream. Oh, that's shocking.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the oyster crackers in ice cream. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that choice. On to day 3. But before we continue on our journey with weird food, breaking news, guys, I'm changing my legal name. I'm changing it to Mr. Procrastination. Because, like I've said in the past, I procrastinate on everything, even things that are good for my health. I've been putting off the optometrist for maybe 2 years now, to the point where my glasses
Actually,
have
that's
gotten
probably
so
why they
scratched up that
had.
it would be
I
silly
just
to
thought I
keep
could be
putting it
evil
off,
to
which is why I'm a
people.
huge
Like,
fan
oh my
of
God.
ZocDoc, today's sponsor, since the first time I started using
Zoc-
it. Because let's
okay.
face the hard facts
Give me
of
a
our
moment.
world. Insurance websites are incredible. Ted Nivison to check I had learned here. And headed on in. And before I could get in the air, it was almost like Cincinnati wanted me to lock in the lessons I had learned here. And it worked, because I bought 3 of them. But enough distractions, I had to prepare myself for the journey ahead. Because our next stop in this
3.
journey was all the way down in
3. Florida. Hi, welcome to Florida. I'm slightly outside of Tampa, Florida. I got a new rental car. They upgraded me. It's very
It's
nice.
not
There's
for
bugs
Florida.
everywhere. Ooh, I just killed one. Oh. Why did I start in Tampa even though I'm driving north? I wanted a road trip out of this. And so I manufactured one. And we have to drive 4 hours north to Tallahassee, Florida. What's in Tallahassee? Well, you're gonna find out. Come on.
Hydrated.
So I began my 275-mile journey from Tampa to Tallahassee. And while I'm doing this drive, I suppose this is a good time to give an actual definition of what I consider to be a weird food. Coming directly from the Tedford English Dictionary, weird meal. A meal assembled from strange ingredients or using normal ingredients arranged in a strange way. Strange, of course, being simply defined as uncommon. Like with the garbage plate, people
Oh my
aren't
God.
usually assembling stuff like
My
that. And
room's
in the
too
case
hot.
of
Give me a
Cincinnati
sec.
dog slop, people aren't often putting chili and cheese
Holy crap. Okay. Let me I have to like that there. Wait. Camera. There we go. There we go. Point the points. Point that way, so it doesn't overheat. I probably have to recalibrate everything. No, it's not that bad. Okay. We're good, we're good, we're good, we'll go. We're good, we're good, we're
on
good,
spaghetti.
we're good.
Although I suppose you could make an argument that that's ragu and bolognese. Today I had woken up and
Ragu.
immediately hit the road without having breakfast. And this 4-hour
Ragu.
drive through Florida was doing a really good job of making me
Ragu.
excited for any form of sustenance. So when I showed up to my 3rd location in Tallahassee, Florida,
Oh,
midtown
I
caboose,
opened
was
my
hungry as
window
hell.
I am here
to
for
cool the
one
fuck
thing
off, and then
one thing
immediately
only, and that is
there's just a
peanut
bird.
butter and jelly
A
burger.
bird
Some of you might be thinking to
being
yourself,
as
"Oh,
loud
Ted,
as possible."
I've had a peanut butter and jelly burger before." Me personally, I think this is a really strange combination of foods, but I'm really excited to try, and I also haven't eaten anything today, so I'm really fucking hungry.
So I headed in for my 3rd strange meal of this trip. When it was time to order my food, I decided to test the waters on the local opinion of the PB&J burger.
How is the PB&J burger?
It's awesome.
Is it really?
Actually, yeah.
This was a very exciting piece of information
I'm now
to learn, because
responding
after
to
not
it. What the
eating all
hell?
day, I really didn't want to have something that
Please
was going to
stop.
taste bad. I ordered myself a PB&J burger,
Please.
medium rare, with strawberry jelly and a side of hush puppies. And almost as fast as I ordered, it was in front of me. The peanut butter and jelly burger. Now, upon my initial
Oh,
inspection, we were already leaking
God.
some serious fluid on the western flank.
Got a little bit of leakage over here.
I then realized I wasn't sure how much of this was burger juice versus strawberry jelly, which was an interesting factor to consider. But I couldn't wait any longer. It was time for the opening bite.
Peanut butter and jelly burger.
This burger was a delight. So far, this was my favorite meal I had eaten on the trip. I'm already a pretty big fan of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but the sweetness of the jelly worked really well with the burger meat, and the peanut butter somehow worked phenomenally as well. I was getting every magical aspect of 2 beautiful sandwiches in every bite.
It's really good.
It's good?
Yeah, it's banging.
What's wrong with this
I was
guy?
being visited by a culinary angel of biblical proportions. It was almost like eating an entree and a dessert at the same time. It was honestly awesome. So I'm proud to say that
I mean, I
became
guess
a member
it's
of the
kind of like
Clean
a
Plate
a
Club
croque
for this
monsieur.
meal. And candidly, if it wasn't socially acceptable, Oh man, I would have been licking that plate like a beast. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to acquire a t-shirt from Midtown Caboose, but that burger gave me all the satisfaction I needed. And departing from the restaurant, I found myself both perfectly satiated and entirely at peace.
The burger has been
Fair
completed.
enough,
The burger
then.
has been
I
eaten. Midtown Caboose, pretty good. I enjoyed that a significant amount, more than I thought I would. Now, in regards to the weird scale, I think in theory, a peanut butter and jelly burger is weirder when I think about it than when I actually ate it. I would say that a peanut butter and jelly burger is a 4.5 on the weird scale. On the taste scale, that's ranking for me like at a 9 out of 10 right now on the taste scale.
And then tomorrow, we keep driving through Florida because I've got another thing to eat.
Good morning, children.
Today's goal would be driving.
I feel
from
like the
Tallahassee
Vampire
just
and
a
Jelly
short
Burger
2
was
hours
kind of
to
just a
Destin,
quick-
Florida. But before I start the main drive, I wanted to avoid the hunger I had from the lack of breakfast the day before.
Quickie.
Let's do this thing, baby.
So what better to do in the
Quicker little
South than
meal.
go to the number one place I always go
Quaker.
whenever I have access to this restaurant? Waffle House, baby! Waffle House is in my top 3 restaurants in the world.
Waffle House.
Okay.
I love Waffle House so much. And I never get to get it because they don't have it in California. They don't have it in Massachusetts. I love Waffle House. I want it so bad.
Honestly, if I could do a video where I only went to Waffle House, I would. Unfortunately,
Other
there's more
Waffle
than
House.
2,000 of them. But before I was able to get into the Waffle House, I received an interesting call from my friend Curtis Connor via his Soulja Boy smart glasses.
Hello?
Greetings.
Well, you don't want to FaceTime me?
No, I don't have the capabilities right now.
And don't get me wrong, it was nice to catch up with my buddy, but I think that he knew in that
Soulja
moment I was
Boy
dying to get
glasses.
some waffles.
And I know you're about to get into, you're about to go into Waffle House.
I
Yeah,
love
I'm
the
about to go to
Soulja Boy
Waffle House
glasses.
right now.
And I knew
Holy.
that because of my Soulja Boy smart
Wait.
glasses.
Oh.
We got Stitches, supplies, eyeglasses, Soulja Boy, sunglasses, Soulja Boy, glasses, Wee Woo Day, 10 pair, rimless, rectangle, $31. Polaris rim sunglasses. Cougar OG rapper, clear lens, rimless, wood buffs, eyeglasses. God. Oh, God damn it, don't say that. Don't say that in my chat.
You can see me from here? You're gonna order
You can't do that.
eggs and bacon.
You can't
and
do
hash
that
browns.
around here.
No waffles? You don't think I'm going to Waffle House for the waffles? Are you kidding me right now?
Okay, Curtis was kind of right. I did get the
Soulja
sausage ball. But don't get it twisted. I was buttering, slathering, and housing my fair share of waffles like a hungry caveman. Anyways, that's not why we're here. We've got to hit the road. So I began my 159-mile journey to Destin, Florida, with my objective to tasting my final weird Floridian food, which this time around would be none other than alligator tail. And for people from Florida and the surrounding areas, as always, this might not seem like a super strange meal. But let's make sure that we're looking at it from the perspective of the rest of the world.
Gator.
That's a lizard. You're chopping up and eating lizards, guys. Transparently, I have heard that alligator tail has a pretty normal flavor to it, sort of like chicken, but I've never actually tasted it myself, so I had
Tastes
to
like
reach
chicken.
Destin to determine the truth. Now, I didn't spend
Tastes
too
like
much time
chicken.
researching what
But it
specific
can't be
spot in
more
Destin I'd
weird
be
than,
trying
like,
alligator
frog
tail
legs,
from.
right?
In fact, I kind of just chose the first restaurant
Like, if
I
you're
confirmed
eating
for
frog
serving it.
legs,
So
you get
imagine
my
my
asshole, eat a
surprise
bigger-
when I show up to my
a
next
bigger
stop
reptile.
in Destin, Fuddpuckers.
Well, even though, like, it's not really a reptile, the frog, it's an amphibian. Similar, they're
I had, without
similar
any
premise.
intention, stumbled upon a gator-themed restaurant. I was stunned. Not only that, but they happened to have world-famous t-shirts. I'm not sure how t-shirts
Pucker.
become world-famous, but they did it. The restaurant's branding
Pud.
seemed to be built entirely around gators, and the bit of its name sounding like it's a swear, but it's not. Such as, pucking you since 1982, or the drastically more aggressive, you ain't been pucked till you've been fud-pucked. the fuck? But surely the inside can't be as insane as the outside. They've got a gator show? Look at the amount of gators they just have. They just have these. I had waltzed my way into the most gator-focused restaurant in the entire United States. At least to
Can
my
you,
knowledge.
like,
I've only
murder
been to
one
But despite
in
all of
front
this
of me?
distracting nonsense around
Like a
me,
lobster?
I did have an objective. So I got a table in this crazily decorated restaurant, more ready than ever for my first ever gator tail. As I perused the newspaper-style menu, I realized that there were more gator tail consumption opportunities that I was prepared to choose between.
Because there's fried gator tail, but then there's also ground gator meat mixed with pork. So I'm trying to decide what I should do.
Eventually, what I landed on was simply the Gator Tail Bites appetizer, and for my drink, a pina colada. What a wonderful phrase. This place went above and beyond to be thematically gator, because even my pina colada had a little tiny gator on top of it. Then the anticipated gator tail made its appearance. At first look, it fell within my expectations of what I'd get. It is, after all, a fried food. It had a little garnishing of Parmesan on it with a lemon on the side as well as some sauce. All there was to do now was take my first bite. And it was okay. I think the best way to put it was my response when my server asked me what I thought of my first gator tail.
What's it tasting so far? It tastes like, I don't know, like a normal fried meat.
Because that's all it really was. And being a fan of a variety of fried food, there really wasn't much that set it apart. So in order to get the full gator tail experience, I decided to remove all of the fried shell from one of the gator pieces to try it as pure gator meat. And all that really did was highlight how rubbery gator tail is. It for sure did not make it better. Despite that, I was enjoying the ambience of this restaurant, and the pina colada was good. And at the very least, I got the experience. But after paying for my meal, I knew I had to try one of the gator-themed activities that was offered here. Because earlier, one had caught my eye. Gator fishing. Sorry, it's not actually fishing for gators. You get a little fishing pole and some pieces of bait, and you get to feed the gators in the water below. But I wouldn't miss an opportunity to roleplay like I'm fishing for my meal. At first, I was lowering the bait all the way down so it was easy for the gators to get. But then I realized, well, the most athletic gator should be the one that gets it. The one that wants it the most deserves the treat. Soon I had these gators reaching for the sky. The athleticism was unmatched.
I have to say, some of these gators are really stupid. They don't really know how to eat properly.
They were incredible. I was satisfied. Next, I went into the Fudpuckers gift shop and picked up one of their world-famous t-shirts, and I headed outside to give my review.
This place is probably the closest thing that I could have found on this video to a themed restaurant, and I'm pretty pleased, to say the least. Talk about a win. On the weird scale, though, once you get past the fact that you're eating a reptile, I'd probably rank alligator at like a 4.5 on the weird scale. Because once you're eating it, it's like just eating a piece of chicken. There's just the mental note that it's a reptile. I think that the fried batter on the alligator is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I'd probably put it like a 6, maybe even a 5.
Only thing that makes it weird
It was just
is
like
it's
food, so I wasn't that
region,
impressed. But
right?
I have to say, the location itself, I think, saved my experience at this restaurant. Because if they did not have a whole gator show and let me feed gators, I think I would have thrown a tantrum.
After I checked into my hotel, I went and walked along the beaches of Destin. This is just such a beautiful location, and the clouds here were gorgeous on this day. But little did I know, to finish off my time in Florida, I would witness a battle unlike anything I'd seen under the cover of darkness.
Yeah. Lightsaber battle. In Florida.
Good morning. It's 7:07. I've got to drop off my rental car and get the freak out of here and get on a plane. So.
Why am I so creepy? Here, give me a sec. No, I meant to close that then. Okay.
Today we're flying all the way from Florida to St. Louis, Missouri. And I'll admit, at this point on the trip I had been doing so much traveling that I was starting to get a little bit sick. So once I checked into my hotel, I took a nap that lasted a little bit longer than I expected it to. But I had to head out for my goal for today.
So no more napping. Time for eating.
Today's location we'd be heading to in St. Louis was none other than the humble Shotzi's Bar and Grill. And I was about to try out possibly the most worrying meal I'd be consuming on this trip.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have traveled all of this way to St. Louis in order to get
get one thing and one thing only, and that is the brain sandwich.
The fried brain sandwich first emerged in the late 1880s as a working-class staple meal, popularized by German immigrants in St. Louis. Originally, it was made with cow brains, which was breaded, fried in lard, and served with mustard, onions, and pickles. However, in the 1980s, with the discovery of a certain little something we like to call the mad cow disease, leading to some serious health concerns, they switched to using pig brains instead, which apparently are similar in texture and taste. In the modern era, the brain sandwich is incredibly rare, and Shotzi's Bar and Grill is one of the very last places that still serves it.
I mean,
I'll be honest, walking into a local eatery like Shotzi's with a camera in hand had me feeling a bit on edge.
I'm
For all I
scared
knew,
of
I was
eating brain,
surrounded by
honestly.
seasoned brain eaters, so the pressure was on. I was greeted once again by a very nice server who provided me the menu, and looking at it, I knew I was in the right place. Shotzi's, home of the brain sandwich.
Home of
And
the
I'd be
brain
lying if I
sandwich.
said I wasn't intimidated. The brain sandwich, a house specialty served on toasted swirl rye bread with red onion, pickles, and hot country mustard. I placed my order, and I was told I'd be waiting for a bit because each brain sandwich was specially made to order. But after a little bit of waiting, it finally arrived, and I was overwhelmed. The cross-section of this sandwich was absolutely terrifying to me. Now, I'd like to think of myself as an adventurous eater, but I'd never explored as far as this. I was in uncharted waters for my palate, and I wasn't sure if I was mentally
Horrifying.
prepared. On top of that, I may have left out a little piece of information
Hold
on the
on.
state of my stomach in this moment. Because I lied. I didn't
I might
immediately
be.
nap when I got to St. Louis.
Well,
I
there's
may
pig
have
brain.
taken a little
Yeah, that
detour
would
to
be
Trader
wrong, huh?
Joe's, where I may have consumed an entire thing of cubed pineapple, and maybe, and I'm just saying this hypothetically, I also had like 3 sleeves of butter crackers paired
Maybe
with
you
a
can
particular
switch
cheese
the
spread.
sheep
So in this
brain.
restaurant, I was tired, a little sick, and kind of full. So keep that in mind when I describe my experience here as I take my first bite. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. My first thought biting into this brain sandwich was that this was a very, very different texture than I was used to. I also didn't expect the cut of the brain to be as thick as it turned out to be, so the travel time of my teeth through the brain was certainly longer than preferred. Long enough that despite it being fried, gave my brain enough time to determine, yeah, no, that's definitely brain. Despite that, the social anxiety of having ordered a meal that had been specially prepared for me at a local restaurant as a stranger from out of town placed me in a zone where I had to make sure I wasn't making any faces that could be perceived as not liking the food. In this moment, I realized this wasn't a meal.
I could never.
This was a boss fight. So I prepared my beer on the side
would
for
rather
wash down
die.
capabilities and did my best to chew. It
I
was time to finish
would
off the first
rather.
bite. Fuck. I may look calm in this moment, but I was not in a good place. I was tired, I was full of cheese and crackers, and now I was
believe.
worried. But I dug deep and it was time for bite number 2. I thought maybe if I got the mustard involved that this would
Hey,
improve the
William.
experience, so I went for it again.
Tennessee.
Fuck. Oh god. Yep, no, I'm really struggling with this. And like I was swallowing a pill, I went for another strategic water wash down. Bite number 2 down. Right here you can see me looking at the sheer amount of food I had left in this meal. I was going through a lot of emotions to the point where it was ridiculous to me. I'm thinking, is there some sort of bylaw that I can invoke in order to avoid the third
Evil.
bite? So to get my mind in order, I decided to head to the
Evil.
bathroom. What the fuck is going on with you, Ted? You came on this journey to eat some weird
Brain.
foods, and now you're freaking out
We're
about a
eating
brain
brains.
sandwich? I'm gonna level with you, man. You're being a little bitch.
Like a
It's
zombie.
a brain sandwich. I'm not a
Brains.
zombie. I don't eat brain. You think this is easy for me? I wanted this more than anyone. You know what? Stop being an asshole. Oh, now I'm the asshole? Yeah, no, that's real mature, buddy. You wanted to do this trip. You wanted to go on this journey. You've got to finish it.
Give brain.
Okay. It was maybe a bad idea to invent the
Give
rule,
me your brain.
but there's only one more bite. That's right.
All your
One
brain.
more bite.
One more.
So I braced myself. I put every part of my soul into it, and I took my final bite. Fuck! God! Yep, no, that was a gag. That was a gag. Fuck. I call upon the gods to support me in this moment. I need the gods' support. That's a really bad texture. That's a really bad texture. What the hell? I don't like that texture. That's a bad texture. It's so slimy. It's like a slime sandwich. And swallowed. I had done it, and while I did not expect myself to struggle as much as I did, I had officially tried the brain sandwich. So I got myself a box to go, purchased myself a t-shirt, and I got out of there.
Whoa. Like, that fucking sucked.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That wasn't very good at all.
Can I introduce
Listen to
you
my voice now.
to the brain
like a
sandwich?
fucking stuffed pig right now.
Brain. I ate brain. Give a ranking, I suppose. Brain sandwich on the weird scale? Realizing it now, like a 9. 9 on the weird scale. Maybe even a 10. Taste? Brother, that's rocking down at like a 1 for me right now. 9 on the weird scale, 1 on the taste. Oh my god. I feel bad too. It's their special. I feel bad. It's their specialty. And I fucking hated it.
Well, and maybe there's a reason why it's only a special there.
I brought some with me.
Why do people stop serving it?
So I made it back to my hotel in a state of disarray.
Oh, no way.
At this point, it was almost assured I was getting sick. And if I was already doing bad, this brain sandwich had done something worse to me. I was struggling. I had a headache. I was miserable. I needed to go to bed.
It's 6 a.m.
And we were off once more. And let me tell you, this morning I was not feeling good at all. My sleep was terrible. I don't think a brain sandwich is good for like a healthy brain, ironically. But I packed up the car and hit the road. And I had to stay
brains are
strong
not good.
because I still had a mission.
Don't eat brain unless you're really desperate. That is the starvation pit. Oh yeah. There's
Today
a
I'd be
reason
flying
why
almost
we
800 miles from
don't
St.
eat
Louis
brain
all the way
then.
to Denver,
And
Colorado. And while I've been to
puppies.
Colorado several times, I've actually never
We can
flown
afford
into the state
not to
before.
eat
And
brain.
holy crap, this is the largest airport I've ever seen. What is this, like a city or something? Anyways, I got set up in my next rental car, and it was time to reveal what we'd be eating today.
So what are we doing in Denver? Well, the answer to
Denver.
that question is the Rocky Mountains. And by that I mean the Rocky
I
Mountain
mean, as like
Rocky Mountain oysters. They originated in the 19th century American West as a
Southwest?
practical and resourceful solution for cattle
Not
ranchers.
Southwest.
Basically, ranchers would castrate young bulls to control breeding, make them less aggressive, and improve
American
meat quality.
Airlines
And
Hub?
eager to avoid waste and add some protein to their diets, they
American
collected the
Airlines
leftover
Hub, I
organs
think?
and cooked them up. To put it plainly, they are
bull testicles. They're bald.
Bull
That's what
testicles.
I'm eating today. I'm eating fried
Bull
bull testicles.
So with curiosity and brain in my
Ball
veins,
testes.
it was wheels up. The restaurant in Denver I was headed to today was none other than the historic
just be
restaurant of the Buckhorn Exchange.
I'm gonna head in there and I'm gonna
It'll
eat
taste
myself
like
some bull testicles.
beef.
I'm hoping that it is better than the brain sandwich because the brain sandwich has completely changed my mood on this trip. But I'm trying to keep the whimsy in my heart.
Let's head on in and check it out.
Brain. Yeah, exactly. Rocky Mountain oysters.
This restaurant was
Okay.
everything I could have dreamed of to be the
Testes.
place I'd be testing out
Balls.
a nice serving of Rocky Mountain oysters. And they were
Sperm
experienced in the craft
containers.
too because they've been serving them here for 125 years. Similar to Fudd Puckers, this restaurant also had a newspaper menu, which was interesting. My server immediately knew that I was here for some balls due to my camera, so I took this as an opportunity to share with her my trauma
Holy
from the day
shit.
before.
So I was in St. Louis yesterday.
Okay.
And they had a brain sandwich there.
Oh my god. The Rocky Mountain oysters are definitely gonna be better. And then we also have crispy duck wings. That's the appetizer special. It's not on the menu.
Oh, so a bonus weird
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Okay.
Being
Here.
a sucker for secret menu items, I had to order the crispy duck
Get the
wings
duck.
in addition to the Rocky Mountain oysters. And for my drink, I got myself this blackberry bourbon drink just because it seemed to fit with the whole frontier style. And after not too long, it was the moment of truth.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Excellent.
The Rocky Mountain oysters. Time to chow down on some bull testicles. Now, the first thing that surprised me visually about the RMOs was that they were very thinly sliced. I think we
They
know now that certain
usually
types of meat
just-
being sliced too thick don't sit well with me. So seeing them served this way relieved me significantly.
Cheers to hopefully something tasty.
I was over the moon with the flavor here.
Eat the
This
bull
was
testicles.
miles and miles better than the brain sandwich. Obviously due to the extenuating factors from yesterday, but also because this was the tastiest fried food I'd had so far on this trip. I never thought I'd say this, but eating fried bull testicles was genuinely making me the happiest I'd been in the last 36 hours.
I kind of like
Oh,
Since they
yeah,
were sliced so
really,
thinly,
like-
I'd agree with the description my server gave me that they were like land-based calamari. So like the alligator
Land-based
tail, if you
calamari.
didn't explicitly know you were eating it, you'd think it was a regular fried food. I made sure to try the fried duck wings as well, which were great. And I mean, I've had duck before, so I knew it was going to be good, but for the first time since the peanut butter and jelly burger, it felt like I was having a real meal. I was becoming a real man of the frontier, forged by turmoil and enlightened by testicles. So I paid for my check, made sure to grab myself a Buckhorn Exchange t-shirt, and walked outside to give my official review.
I have now officially consumed bull testicle, and I'm feeling damn good about it too. On the weird scale, I'd probably put it at like an 8 on the weird scale. For the taste, I'd I'd give it a
Thanks.
6. It was like your regular fried food, pretty much. Nice job. Rocky Mountain oysters, down the hatch. They're in my stomach now. I'm now at the
Freaky.
second-class hotel that I'm going to be in, which is weird to think about. I've got one more location in the country left to go to before I get to go home. I don't know if I can necessarily top
That's
how
hard to
terrible the
control
brain
my tongue.
sandwich was. I even ate bull testicles, and that still was
Freaky.
not nearly as bad as eating the brain of a pig. But I'm hoping that my next and final location to travel to in the country will provide me with a little bit more weird to shock and awe my brain. I am so tired.
Oh, okay.
This morning I was
Okay,
once
okay,
again
okay.
headed to the airport, but this time I was way behind schedule. Candidly, I totally overslept, so I had to rush as fast as legally possible to the airport in order to catch my flight. Of course, this was the worst day to be running behind because today I was flying out of Denver International Airport, also known as the largest airport in the United States. Time to fast walk. Thanks to my fast walking
Maybe
montage, I
that
made
can
it to
be
my
my-
flight just as they were beginning to
my
board. So I was
signature.
able to continue my
The
journey
tongue.
flawlessly, flying from Denver, Colorado to Austin, Texas.
Tongue emotes in chat.
As usual, I'd be getting a rental car, and this time around I had attempted to reserve myself a nice mid-sized pickup truck.
Holy fuck, that thing's huge.
Yeah, they didn't have the car I wanted, so I got a monster. I was not mentally prepared to drive
Holy
a truck of this
shit.
size. This thing was massive.
God, I feel like I'm in a boat right now. This thing is huge. This is ridiculous. Oh. Okay. Oh, God. Why is it beeping at me so much? I feel like I am driving like the Black Pearl. At least I know that everyone on the road is going to yield
Well,
to me
it's,
because I'm the size of a
modern
fucking
day truck,
building.
like,
Today I had
the
one
modern
stop
day
before I'd be
super
visiting
cab
my final weird food location tomorrow.
bigger
I was to do a
than
little bit of a
the
throwback
tank.
and visit my friend Maya Higa at Alvea Sanctuary. You may remember this spot when I visited every rainforest cafe in North America, so I was ready to be the perfect student, learn about animals, and definitely not be disruptive at all.
You can swear if you want. Okay. Stop.
Labia.
Stop turning.
Wow, this dude is a bad. You said I could swear.
Stop.
You want some of this?
No.
Oh, hey, don't kill yourself. He literally just tried to kill himself, guys. Guys, he literally just tried to kill himself on camera.
I had a lot of fun at Alveus. I got to meet a bunch of different types of animals. I wore a snake like a backpack.
It's like a
I'm going to school.
I even got to guess what a snake penis looks like.
What is that?
This is balls.
Okay. Stop.
What?
I think I got it right.
Goodbye, Alveus Animal Sanctuary. Now we continue onward to whatever's
Well, that
next.
should be like
For my final day of this trip before
internal.
returning home, I took my boat on wheels
It will
out
get
onto the
you
streets
more
of
of an
downtown Austin,
internal
Texas.
thing.
Originally, my plan was to try 2 separate foods in Austin. The first was trying rattlesnake
the
in some
sperm
shape or form.
reduction.
I had read that there was a particular rattlesnake chili that I could try, and the second, the one that I was looking forward to the most, was a restaurant
it's
that allegedly
cold-blooded,
served grasshopper tacos. Unfortunately, when I called the restaurant
Yeah.
ahead of time, I learned that the grasshopper tacos were out of season, so I wasn't going to be able to try it. Then, to my utter dismay, I learned that the
really
restaurant that
matter
used to
where
serve the
they put
rattlesnake
its
chili was closed
testes.
and had been for
guess
years,
that'd be, like,
actually.
the
Not sure how I
naturally
missed that
coldest
part. So
part
I
of the
ended up
body.
having to do some last-second research, and I landed upon this restaurant, Lonesome Dove, because they had on their menu the closest thing I could get to an Austin, Texas weird food, which was the rabbit and rattlesnake sausage. Now, the first thing I noticed about this restaurant was that it was likely the fanciest restaurant I'd visited so far. I think I could have gathered that based on the fact that the rattlesnake sausage had creme fraiche involved in it, but I was trying to ignore that, and I hoped I'd be getting something more weird than fancy.
Creme
So I
fraiche,
ordered myself the
guys. Creme
sausage and
fraiche.
another serving of hush puppies because I liked them. And when they arrived, my worries were valid. This was, by and large, the fanciest plated serving of sausage in my experience. It even came with these little Texas flags on it, just in case you forgot where you were. And what I'll say about the flavor is that it was good. It was great, actually. It was a tasty treat. But unfortunately, there wasn't really a damn thing weird about this meal. If I had shown this sausage to someone, I don't think they'd guess in a million years that it was made with rattlesnake. So on the taste scale, I'd give this a 7 out of 10. It was a tasty sausage. But unfortunately, on the weird scale, the rabbit rattlesnake sausage sits at a 2. This was unfortunately just a result
Yeah,
of
that
a
seems
failure of
about
my
right.
research on this trip. But despite all of that, I walked out of Lonesome Dove feeling proud. Proud because over the course of this trip, I believe I really did eat some of the strangest meals in America. Some that were known to me for a long time, and others that surprised me and traumatized me as if they were waiting in the dark, ready to strike. And as I arrived home, I knew my question was answered. Because as you may now know,
A weird food. Weird food. The weirdest of food. I might eat some weird food someday. I think it'd be very cool. Be very cash money. If I just ate something incredibly out of pocket, then I can brag. I can brag to people. I ate like duck testes. Because bull testes, they seem rather normal, right? They seem like something you would just be a natural byproduct of a bull, right? Having a bull and killing it, right? But like, you would have to go and find the duck balls. Hunger. Much hunger. We cause so much hunger around here. All the bull balls make you hungry. All the... Ever have some sheep testicles? Here, have some ostrich brain. Like, Stir-fried noodles. A third time. Here, have some ostrich brain. A little German boy. A little Australian boy. Yes, brains. You know what? Oh. No. Here we go. Look at her. It's glorious. Okay, like a tortilla. And like, oh god. Oh. Oh. Ah. About look at let's make brains video. However, is this a similar recipe? Oh no, we're frying it this time. Ooh. Ooh. That guy looks... Oh, look at that face. Well, he, like, tries to chew through that. Oh my god. That's terrible. Absolutely horrid. I love it so much. Okay. Oh god, why am I tired again? Oh. Back to. Oh, wait, baby beaver. Okay. Misa really want to show me Haku by his ass. Are you gonna. No?
When a baby beaver gets comfortable, it might start nibbling on its own tail. Young beavers are naturally curious animals and often explore the world around them with their mouths, including parts of their own bodies. As beavers grow older, their tails help them swim, steer through the water, and even communicate with other beavers. If a beaver senses danger, it can slap its tail against the water, creating a loud warning that alerts the rest of the family. Beavers live in family groups, and older siblings
Holy
will often
shit.
help watch over younger kits while they learn how to swim, dive, and explore their surroundings.
No
As the
wonder.
kits grow, their teeth begin growing too.
North Americans
A
just
beaver's front
kill
teeth
these
never
fuckers.
stop growing throughout its entire life.
They're kinda
That's
cute.
important because beavers constantly wear their teeth down by chewing through wood.
I too would
Those
wear that
bright
fur.
orange teeth are strengthened by iron, making them incredibly durable. Without all that chewing, a beaver's teeth could grow far too long. And those powerful teeth are what allow beavers to do something very few animals can. They change entire landscapes.
Num num num. Very cute. Would wear its fur. No, no. I mean, unless. I didn't know they made the Hoover Dam. Holy. Damn, that's a big deal. And they made the Czech Republic. Beavers can do anything. Truly. I too wish I could make the Czech Republic. I can make Slovakia. Give me a minute. Let me walk over to Slovakia. Loud tinkering sounds that whatever. Dun, 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 but okay, I made Slovakia. Yeah, look up. If you don't believe me, look up Slovakia. I had to time travel for that one. It wasn't that hard. It's quite easy. More Slovakia. A Slovakia. That's one slow cow. Okay. Golkani. There's a lot of them. And I don't have a lot of energy, so I'm gonna save that for another stream. We're gonna make yokai. Make yokai. Yeah, so I'm turning one of you into a yokai. Prepare yourself. All right, I've run out of energy. I'm gonna start streaming to YouTube earlier. Young Kai. Do do ba 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 ba. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. I'm in my head, help in my head. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to call it here. We are going to stream tomorrow. I'm going to upload a video and then stream tomorrow. Yeah. So prepare thyselves, knaves, or whatever. Alright. Bye-bye. 5, 4, 3, 2, and